And there you go. So welcome everybody. My name is Peter Whaley and I'm joined by Adrian Smith. As I mentioned, this is part of the 14-minute webinar series and today's session is about TimeTrust. We keep them pretty focused. We choose a few key problems we see our customers are having and we demonstrate. It is a listen-only webinar, and there is an option to send us chat questions. I am the moderator today, so I will see them come through, and I will take note of them, and we will answer them depending on time at the end. The session is recorded, so even if you're not here live at the moment, it's okay. If you registered, you will get a version of the recording. If after this you actually see value in TimeTrust, that'll be no problem at all. You can trial any of our solutions. And if you've never heard of TimeTrust, it's an electronic time capture solution for organizations that need to record employee time for payroll or for job time tracking or for both. So that's that. All right, let's talk about some of the key problems we solve with TimeTrust. Well, part of the reality is most time capture software is just simply inflexible. And what I mean by that is companies often cannot use the time capture software in the way they want to for their business. So TimeTrust gives you a whole batch of options to capture. So you can capture from any device, from any browser. You can capture by jobs, by batch, by shifts. Even administrators can capture for you. So let's have a look at how we solve that within the software. And I'll welcome Adrian to the demonstration. Adrian, let's have a look at how you all do that.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for that, Pete. Okay, so I've just flicked back to the TimeTrust application, and along the top of the application, you can see that we've got the menu, and it shows the different entry methods that are available to the users. So these screens are completely configurable by the administrator, so you only need to enable the ones that you actually plan to use. And due to the time constraints today, I'll only show a few of these entry methods, just so you get a bit of an idea of a few of them. The first screen that I'll show you is the job entry screen, or the job entry scan off and on screen. Now this screen is suited to businesses recording time against jobs. It allows users to scan in and out of jobs during the day on demand. So for example, a user could log into job 1 in the morning and then scan into job 2 later in the day, and then subsequent jobs further on. It also gives the user an option to finalize their timesheet at the end of the day and review the time they spent on the job. Now I'll just flick across to the second screen I'll show you. This is the scan on and off screen. And just like the job scan screen, it's an entry method that allows the user to scan in at the start of the day and then scan off at the end of the day. But rather than adding time against jobs during the day, they actually allocate time to jobs just at the end of the day. So they don't need to progressively scan in and out of jobs during the day. They just do it at the end of the day. And the third screen I'll show you is the full entry screen. So this screen is the most flexible of the screens. It's generally used by administrators or people in office situations. It gives the user access to all the different fields and line options all on the one screen. So the user can specify start and end time, add job lines, lunch lines, or leave lines. They've got the option to do any of those. And they need to sort of correspond with the amount of time they actually spent working on the day. Now, lastly, I'll show you the batch entry screen. Now, this method is used by an administrator and can add multiple timesheets in at once. A user simply picks the role, header and line information, and TimeTrust will actually loop through all of the users within these roles or all of the users in the entire system and add a timesheet for them. So it's really good if you want to get mass data in there really quickly. So to recap, TimeTrust solves the problem of timesheet applications being inflexible by offering many different ways to enter data with the option to only enable the ones you actually require.
Good stuff, Adrian. Okay, so that's another important point of that is, of course, you can capture from any device or any browser. So excellent key problem solved. Thank you so much, Adrian. Let's look at the next key problem that we've solved for our customers with TimeTrust. Often the management team just doesn't have a good overview of what's happening during the day when it comes to the employees capturing time. Often there's poor reporting, and then often there's just no flexibility in managing the time that's being captured by employees. So TimePlus solves this too. There's on-the-fly visibility. There's a good range of reports, which Adrian will show us. And then we'll go into a little bit more detail in the flexibility in managing that data immediately afterwards. Over to you, Adrian.
Perfect, thanks for that. Yeah, so as Pete was saying, TimePlus has a fantastic range of reporting and data management screens available, and these are available to admin users. One screen I'll show you today is the daily overview screen. So this screen is very useful. It gives the user a breakdown of all the timesheets in the system at a given time. So the user can put in a few different search parameters. So they can put in the employee, they could select the role, date range, and TimePlus will instantly search the database and return all the timesheets onto the screen for the user. So this report shows the date and time the timesheet was added for, the staff member's name, the role, and some other time information here. We've got the line hours and the total hours for that timesheet. So the admin user can review this information, can export it out, but they can also click onto the staff member's name. And when you do that, you get the modify screen. And as you can see, the modify screen is similar to the full entry method screen. It gives the user access to change any of the data that they see fit. They have the option to export the report to a PDF. And finally, they can also delete the record. So if there was a mistake or something like that and this record shouldn't be in the system, you can delete it. Yeah, ultimately, you can access any of these fields from this screen. I'll quickly go through a couple of the other reporting options that we have available. The reports menu is up here on the top here, next to the admin menu. Firstly, we've got the late report. Now, this report will show you all of the users which were late on a given day. It's worth noting that this is only valid if they've been configured in TimePlus to have a fixed start time. Otherwise, it wouldn't be relevant because they could start at any time. We've got a report called the job report, which will give you a breakdown of all time that has been allocated to jobs and on which day it was entered. We have a notes report, which will highlight any timesheet where a user has entered notes against a job line. We have a missing report, and that will show you all the users which did not enter a timesheet on a given day during a date range. So you could search over a date range of a week or 2 weeks, and it will highlight any users that have missed their timesheet or haven't added a timesheet. So just to recap, TimePlus gives you on-the-fly visibility through a range of reports and tools that you have available to manage the data.
Excellent, Adrian, thank you. And then the final section of this 14-minute webinar is we just want to look at the immense flexibility that the administrators have when it comes to posting the timesheet information. So TimePlus allows you to post to either Vision Jobs or Cybers VisiPay or both. So for example, you could enter working hours and you can split those working hours across normal time and overtime. So there's immense flexibility as well. Bearing in mind, this is an integrated solution for Cybers Vision and Cybers VisiPay. Let's have a look at that, Adrian. We have about 4 minutes for this particular section, so you're all good.
Perfect. Thanks for that, Pete. Okay, so firstly, I'll quickly show you the role and configuration screen in TimePlus. Roles in TimePlus are a lot like groups. So every staff member is linked to a role. In this example, we have the general role with 2 different pay types. We've got normal time and time and a half. These pay types can be configured to have different time ranges depending on the day of the week. So we've got the columns here, Monday to Sunday, going along the side there. These pay types are also linked to the VisiPay earnings code, which TimePlus uses when posting back to VisiPay. I'll now quickly demonstrate how TimePlus makes it easy to post data into Vision and to VisiPay. So as you can see, I've flicked back to the post data screen from the top menu here. In this screen, you have a few sets, different search parameters, including the employee dropdown, the date range. And when you click on this Find Records button, TimePlus will go through and search all of the timesheets that are available in that time range that haven't been posted yet, but have been saved. So TimePlus breaks this down into 2 different tabs. We have the VisiPay tab and the Vision tab. The VisiPay tab shows data in a grid with the different pay types running along the top. So we have the normal time, time and a half, etc., running along the top there. TimeTrust will instantly break these hours down for each staff members into these pay types that have been configured to them. So you can see my record here. I'm linked to the general role, and I had 6 hours in normal time, and then my following 2 hours have been put into time and a half, because that's the way I've configured it. Going over to the Vision tab now, you can see that the layout is different. That's because we are recording to jobs. It doesn't have the same sort of information as VisiPay. As an admin user, you can click on the staff member's name in either the VisiPay tab or the Vision tab. This will bring up the modify screen, and it's the last opportunity the user will have, or the admin user will have, to change the data before the information has been posted into the business system. Lastly, back on the post data screen, the admin user will post the data to each business system separately. The benefit of this is you could post to VisiPay on a 2-weekly basis and Vision on a weekly or monthly period. It's up to the user. So you can post VisiPay whenever you see fit and Vision whenever you see fit. It's completely up to you. So just to recap, TimeTrust has a large range of options for controlling and posting data, which can be configured to meet the business needs.
Adrian, marvelous. Obviously, with these 14-minute webinars, the whole purpose is to give you a touch and feel on our particular solutions. And I just want to quickly summarize. TimeTrust gives you a number of different ways to capture from any device, from any browser, and you've got full administrator control, so you can set up the permissions. Administrators, management, etc., can view the data and make changes before posting, and that's all permission-based yet again. You can post, as you just saw right now, to jobs or to payroll, and there's reasons for that, or to both. So excellent news there as well. And naturally, you would just kill double entry when it comes to that situation. You have on-the-fly visibility, and useful to see who's captured time as of 11 o'clock in the morning. There's also something we haven't shown you, but there's a fingerprint scanner option as well. So if you wish to see that, then just book us for a demonstration. And Adrian gave you a simple, quick overview of the reporting that's available. So this is the only electronic time capture solution to do all of this. And of course, there's a lot more. So excellent news. What I'd love you to do now is knowledge without action is just not useful. So if you have any questions, just ask us or ask your partner. We work through and with our partners. Or if you want to head straight to a trial, there's a free 14-day trial, and it includes help from ourselves or from your trained partner. Thereafter, if you're happy, then you just pay a monthly fee. There's no upfront software cost after that, and we always, with all of our solutions, allow our customers to cancel anytime. So I see there's a couple of questions that have come through, and we are just close to 14 minutes. So I'll just put 2 on the table. Jonathan from WAs asks, what is the cost? Well, of course, you need to know that. So TimeTrust for Cyber's VisiPay on its own is $195 a month. Or for Vision on its own, it's $195. If you want to take it for both modules, Vision and VisiPay, it's $350. Good stuff. Stephanie from Brisbane has a question. Where's the timesheet data backed up? That's what it is. Adrian, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's stored in the SQL Server database. Is that correct, Adrian?
Yeah, that's correct. So it's stored in an SQL Server database, and you can set up maintenance plans to back up that on any sort of period basis.
Perfect. So there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our 14-minute webinar. There are a couple other questions. We'll get back to you direct. Keep an eye on our next webinars. We run 2 to 3 a month. The next one is on instant dashboards for Snapshot. Adrian, thank you for your time today. Customers, thank you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon.